Welcome to Mojo Talks. I'm Susan Porter, the founder and creative force behind Mojo Original. We're here to help you grow both personally and professionally. Our topic for today is how to energize your team, how to help others move forward. I will provide for you 5 tips to help you gain the momentum and the energy you need in the team that you're responsible for leading. So, the first step is to determine your end result. What's the goal you want to achieve? Start big and scale back and provide your vision. So, when you know the end result, it is incumbent on the leader to provide the vision to the team, to help the team see the big picture and to have a feeling of satisfaction of achieving that end result. So, you can then begin to work backward to identify the steps that you need to take to help you achieve the goal. At that time, you can take something that's really big and break it down into manageable chunks. And through those manageable chunks, you develop an action plan that allows your team to track their progress and move toward achieving the goal that you have in mind. It makes something that may seem unattainable in the beginning very attainable by having certain benchmarks that your team is able to hit to measure their success and to recognize how they need to move forward, where they may need to readjust, what's working and what's not working. The step number 2 is identify why you're currently off track and address the elephant in the room. So sometimes when we're working towards a goal, we fall off track. Often we're able to identify why we fell off track, but sometimes we're not. And sometimes we're afraid to address the elephant in the room. For example, I currently support multiple dental offices, and I had an office that was not on track to achieve their goals. The elephant in the room for this particular practice was that we did not have trust. I had to address the barrier that was holding us back, to ask for permission from my team to be bold, to be vulnerable, and to be open, to acknowledge where I caused a loss in trust and be willing to accept responsibility not only for the actions of the past, but how I can help my team move forward. When you're in a role of leadership, oftentimes people think you have it all together, that you have it figured out. And quite often, we don't, right? We're really good at faking it till we make it. We're really good at holding back some of the struggles that we may be experiencing because we don't want to show weakness to our team. Well, in all honesty, what they need from us is exactly that. They need honesty. They need to know that we're vulnerable. They need to know that we're open. They need to know that we fail. And when we're bold enough to address the elephant in the room, when we're bold enough to acknowledge that we're currently off track of achieving our goal, we're then able to recenter our team, to come back together and begin to move forward. Step number 3 is ask your team for solutions. People want to be part of the solution. I feel that it's in our natural tendency to tell. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. We're giving direction. We think that that's leadership because I'm telling people what to do. I'm giving them direction. I'm painting a picture, a vision for them and telling them how to achieve it. When really what our team needs from us is they need to feel a part of the process. They need to feel that they are part of the solution. So you bring your team members along and you help them be part of that solution. You ask the question, what are we going to do? You create ownership. You create involvement. What are we going to do? You don't point your finger at your team. Well, if you had done this, or if this department had done that, or if only Sally hadn't quit, if only James came to work on time, you don't point a finger. You accept responsibility and you ask your team, how can we move forward? Step number 4 is you have to gain commitment and buy-in. People want to believe in what they're doing. And the only way they can believe in what they're doing is by you, as the leader, providing a vision. For you, as the leader, owning your message. for you as the leader, stepping forward and leading by example. You get buy-in by including them in the process. You get buy-in and commitment by making them a part of the solution. Step number 5, it's pretty simple. It's ready, set, go. We want to move forward. We are ready. Let's get set and let's go. You have mile markers, a way to celebrate your success along the way. Have you ever ran a marathon? Now, I've never done a complete marathon, which I believe is 26 miles. I have done a 5K, which I think is like 3.5 miles. But along my journey of just a simple 5K, there were certain markers along the way and people standing on the sideline encouraging me to move forward, telling me, you've got it, keep going, giving me water to refuel myself, giving me a high five or just cheering me, whether I was walking or perhaps running or perhaps walking at that standpoint. They still encouraged and moved me forward. What are your mile markers? How are you celebrating success along the way? As you're working to achieve, you have the end result waiting for you right here. You have mile markers along the way for your team to celebrate those small victories as they're working towards the big one. You celebrate those small victories. Great job. Our goal was to increase sales by $50,000. So far, we've increased sales by $5,000. Great job. Our next goal is $10,000. You celebrate the small victories. You provide praise and coach. So you praise their success, but you recognize when we're not completely on track. You coach in the moment, directly, quickly, with constructive feedback so your team can immediately readjust and move forward. And then finally, you just don't stop. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the outcome, you are the leader of your team. It is your job and your responsibility to inspire your team to continue to move forward, even in the face of adversity when they don't think the goal is achievable. You continue to sell the vision, to paint the picture, to help them understand that the goal you have set is not only attainable, but it is right within your reach. You continue to move forward and you keep your team energized. You are the resource, the plug for them to hold on to. So the 5 tips to energize your team well, number 1, determine your end result. Number 2, identify why you are currently off track and address the elephant in the room. Number 3 is ask for solutions from your team to get back on board. Number 4, gain their commitment and their buy-in. And number 5, it's ready, set, go. I'm Susan Porter, the founder and creative force behind Mojo Original, bringing you Mojo Talks. You have a great day, and Mojo is here to help you find your mojo.